Hi, everybody. I hope you had a good holiday yesterday, a nice 4th of July, and didn't get eaten up by too many bugs, It was hot and sticky here, but no rain, so, I guess good and bad, really. We kind of needed the rain, but yet who wants it on the holiday? So tonight we have some memorabilia to open, and then after we open our memorabilia, we will be heading into a case of elite football. So that's kind of what we're gonna have going on. I'm gonna put the official order up in a moment. We do have a little information to go over before we start busting into things tonight. So let's go ahead and get started with that. First thing you see there, it has to do really with my feedback, and that's mainly just because people ask me about it a lot. So that kind of lets you know what's happening. Anytime you leave feedback, positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. So you don't ever have to wait on me to get caught up, which is a good thing because like most of us these days, I think I'm chronically behind. And then the second thing you see on the screen there, and the most important thing, of course, is to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me. Many of you stop by and just watch the break. You hang out, you chat, you shoot scores over to me, and all kinds of other fun stuff. So however you're participating, thank you for joining us tonight, or whenever you're watching it, if you're watching it on the delay broadcast, the upload. What we're looking at right now, it's a list of the things that are already listed on eBay. This is stuff that's going to be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. And I list new stuff just about every night, and it does usually run for 5 days. So, of course, this list is constantly changing, but it does kind of give you an idea of what's ahead. So tomorrow night we will open a case of encased basketball and another case of Inception baseball. Saturday and Sunday both are completely free shipping breaks. Saturday, you see, is all memorabilia. So it's full-size football helmets, football jerseys, full-size baseball batting helmets, baseball jerseys, all of that, of course, autographed memorabilia. Sunday, we've got a little more memorabilia, and we've got a lot of box breaks in there that are 1 or 2 box breaks as well. So Sunday, basketball jerseys, some Timeless Treasures basketball from 12-13 and 13-14, another mini helmet, some 13 playbooks, some 2016 black gold football, some 2011 prime signatures football half case. We haven't done that in a while. So all that Saturday and Sunday stuff is completely free shipping weekend. So yeah, we can live it up over the weekend. Then on Monday, we will open another autographed bat, another autographed baseball jersey, another case of Inception baseball, and we will start a new case of Museum Collection baseball. Tuesday, we will do a Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, another full-size football helmet. That one will be a Gold Rush. And then we're going to open a half case of Elite football, because that is all I have left other than a few odds and ends boxes that were first off the line boxes. So a half case of Elite football will be our last Elite break unless I round up some more, and that will be Tuesday night. The order that we're going in tonight will be the autographed baseball jersey, followed by the autographed baseball bat, then the autographed football mini helmet, the autographed football jersey, and then the Elite football case break. So if you're here for Elite football, I'm going to say you probably have about 15-20 minutes, something like that, before we actually get started cracking on that. And then otherwise, we're going to open this other stuff first. The other thing you need to know about what is on this page, a couple of things really. One is that all of our breaks with free shipping, which are the memorabilia breaks, I'm projecting that those will go out on Wednesday the 11th. The free shipping stuff, when you do a break with me like that, usually goes out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Occasionally I'm able to get it out sooner, but that's about the area you should plan on, roughly Wednesday the 11th. And of course our Elite football, that's a paid shipping break. I'm projecting that to go out on Monday. And if I can possibly get that to you faster than Monday on the Elite football, I absolutely will. One final thing before we're done with the boring stuff on this page, and that has to do with consolation cards. So if you're in one of these first 4 breaks, which are our memorabilia breaks, and your team is not pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I track that for a rolling 90-day period. So how it works is this. The next time you pull whatever it is, a card, an item, whatever, I'll go back and look over that last 90 days, and I will grab up any cards that you are due for teams where you didn't pull something, and I'll include them and send them out with that package. That's the way I normally do it. If you don't want to wait to have it go with your next package and you want your consolation card just sent in a plain white envelope with a stamp, shoot me a message over to eBay. I'll get you hooked up and taken care of for that. And of course, Elite Football, it's a full case. There are 1,200 or so cards in it. Everybody's going to pull cards in that, so no worries about consolation stuff there. So we're starting off tonight with 2018 Hit Parade Series 6 autographed baseball jersey. It is break number 7. And of course, everything we're opening tonight, Thursday, the 5th of July, ended tonight, July 5th. And yeah, pretty much that's it. That's what you need to know. And then, of course, the team names are there on the left-hand side and the eBay user ID of our winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. A couple of things that didn't sell, those are noted as no bids buyback. So anytime you see that, it just means it's an orphan team. No one gave it or a forever home. So anything that were to come out for one of those teams would just stay here with me. Otherwise, it goes out the door to you. And last but not least, I'm taking off manual focus. I know that puts the background out of focus a little bit. That's by design. So I think we should be fine to see everything. If something looks crazy when we get going, I can always tweak that focus a little bit. So we are off and running with our jersey. It was our jersey first, right? And not the bat. Well, I better go back and check that. Yeah, the jersey. Woo! There, see what happens when I take a night off? I forget what I'm doing. And now I see we have Aaron and Greg are in chat tonight. Hi, Aaron and Greg. How's it going, guys? Okay, this is, I don't know who this is. This is some kind of little, I don't know, advertising thing for Hit Parade. And come on out of here, jersey. This is Hudson. Who Hudson? Who Hudson? I don't know. Anyway, there is our signature. You can see it's got 2 authentications. There's a JSA authentication sticker up here at the top. There's a Dave and Adams authentication sticker as well. It is a Braves jersey. It's a custom jersey. I don't see any MLB logos on it. But of course, there's our Braves logo. And I'm still not totally sure who this player is. And I'm sure that I should be totally sure who this player is, but yet I am not. And last but not least, here's our Dave and Adams certificate of authenticity. You notice there was not one in here that goes with the JSA sticker. Usually there is, but there was not in this, only the Dave and Adams. I can tell you, if you are the winning bidder, when you get this, if you go, excuse me, if you go to the JSA website, you type in the info on the sticker, it's going to give you what you need to know about this item. You may also have the option at that point to request a new paper certificate to go with it. I don't know that you can, but someone told me that recently, so maybe that is a possibility. And then, of course, when you do get this, make sure you find the little Dave and Adams card as well before you toss everything out, because sometimes it can fall out of the jersey or something like that. Aaron and Bryce and Jeff all say that it is Tim Hudson. How did I not know that? I don't know. For some reason, I saw Hudson and I'm like, I can't think who this is. And even when I saw the Braves, I'm like, I can't think who this is. Tim Hudson, thank you guys. Yeah, I should never take a day off because my brain apparently goes into neutral and never comes out. That seems to be what happens there. I don't know. All right, I imagine everybody saw this a second ago, but if someone happened to join us late or didn't review this, didn't hear me talking about it, I'm not going to read it all off again and go into the super mega detail. But please glance up there and check it out, your projected shipping date and info about consolation cards. 2018 Hit Parade Series 16 autographed baseball bat, break number 3. And of course, once again, we have it ended tonight on eBay. We're live streaming it tonight. And for the most part, it's going to be our winning bidders across from our teams, with once again just a couple of unsold teams that are noted there as no bids buyback. So let me get our giant baseball bat. And these things, I gotta tell you what, well, first of all, okay, it's a bat, right? So like it's big and it's long and it doesn't fit in this small little space. But you can see before I cut the seal on it, it's numbered 20, well, maybe I can get it at an angle where you can see it there. It's numbered 25 to 100. And of course, both ends are sealed with, oh man, as I caused you a little earthquake, both ends are sealed with that red tape. And I pretty much feel like one of these nights I'm going to cut my hand off trying to get this tape off here. I mean, I hope not, but yet it never feels safe to me. So I don't know. It's, I would rather there be a different way to get into these, but there is not. So we work with what we have. Ooh, and I just ran into a whole bunch of, yeah, I'm just crashing into my pile of top loaders down there and everything else. And I don't even know if I got the, no, I did not even get the tape cut. Good grief. Yeah, see, the tape is not my friend on this baseball bat. You can't get any leverage on it. That's really the problem. You just can't get the leverage in there. Oh, come on now. Hi, Bobby. How are ya? Aaron is hoping for the Yankees or the Angels. I'm just hoping to get the lid off. It is actually Todd Frazier. And Todd Frazier has been traded so many times. Good grief. Where's Todd Frazier even playing right now? Because who is he with right now for real? Because it's whoever he's with is where it goes. He's not the Mets right now, is he? Or is he? I don't know. He's been traded around a lot. Maybe the Mets. I'll look it up in a minute. So I'm not going to take this all the way out of here. That's why they give us well, I would like to show you the signature, though, if I can get the stupid card to fly. Okay, I'm going to have to open the end of it. And at least get it out of there a tiny bit. I usually don't even do this, but the stupid card is covering the signature. So there you go. There's the signature on there. And, of course, we have a Beckett authentication. That's this that you see down in the package. And we know that it's Todd Frazier because they very handily put it on the end, which makes us all very happy. And, okay, so you guys do all agree with me that he's currently a Met. I kind of thought he was, but, you know, he's been traded around a lot, and I wasn't 100% sure. As soon as I said Mets, I thought, oh, is that wrong? So he is Mets. Okay. Awesome. Now, Toby says, is he Reds or the team that he's playing for now? No, he's the team that he's playing for now. I mean, it's not ever going to be the you know, a prior team on something like this unless the bat had set on it, you know, Cincinnati Reds, which these bats never do. These bats are always just, you know, kind of generic bats pretty much. So it's always going to go to the current team. And since the question came up, I mean, again, I thought he was a Met. Everybody else kind of chiming in there saying, yeah, he's a Met. But now someone has typed in Indians. So I'm going to just look it up real quick here and make sure that we are correct. And I'm using MLB.com for those of you who want to know how that sort of thing is done. And, of course, all the information about that is also, you can find it down the bottom of every one of my listing descriptions down there in the special circumstances area. And it will note that I use MLB.com or NFL.com, etc. to verify. And, of course, it does show the New York Mets as expected for Todd Frazier. So that is where he's going to, you know, head off to, is going to be the Mets for our bat. So I'm not sure why somebody was thinking Indians, but for sure, just looked it up and verified it, MLB.com. He is, in fact, 100% a Met. And I'm getting our spreadsheet set back up here. All right. You probably have seen this by now. I'm guessing. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. If you haven't, anticipating a Wednesday shipping date for the mini helmet, please read the information that you see there about consolation cards. It will apply to, 31 of the 32 teams because there's one mini helmet in this break. So please make sure that you read that and hit me up with any questions that you have about it. This is 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 autograph mini helmet break number 19. And of course, like everything else, it ended tonight, Thursday night, the 5th of July. And once again, yeah, you know this format. Teams on one side, bidder user ID on the other side. And we're going to crack into a mini helmet, which I haven't opened a mini helmet in, I don't know when, a few days anyway, maybe even a week or more. I got all distracted with full-size helmets and batting helmets, and I forgot about our little mini helmets there for a while. Sometimes that happens to me. Nicholas, what did you say is blurry? The background for sure is going to be blurry. That's kind of why I warn you guys about that when I take the manual focus off. But when we're looking at the items and the cards, they should not be. But the background for sure is going to be blurry. That is by design, actually. I do not know whose signature that is. It is a Pittsburgh Steeler. Obviously, it's a Hall of Famer. It says Hall of Fame 09 on it. And we have a JSA authentication sticker there on the back, a JSA authentication card in there. When you put in that number on the JSA website, it will tell you not only who that player is, but also when and where they signed it and all that. I mean, Steelers are my team, and I still don't even, know who that is. Oh, it's Rod Woodson. Is that right, Robbie? I wouldn't have guessed that. Well, yeah, I guess maybe I can see the R in there a little bit. I don't remember what most players' signatures look like. Isn't that awful? I really don't. But both Robbie and Nicholas say that that is Woodson, so cool. And Nicholas, I don't know how the spreadsheet could be out of focus because that's super weird because that doesn't even have a focus on it. That's literally just looking at the same spreadsheet that I see on my computer on my side. So that's super weird because that doesn't have anything to do with the camera focus. But I don't know why that showed up blurry, but I'm sorry about that if it did. And so now we are heading into our football jersey. And this is a Gold Rush football jersey. It's the first 2018 Gold Rush football jersey we've broken. Of course, we broke a ton in 2017. 2018 series has got a lot of our new rookies and things there as well. And of course, you've probably seen this by now, but if you haven't, take a moment there, please, and check it out so that we know, in fact, that everybody's on the same page in regard to your shipping date and your consolation cards. 2018 Gold Rush Autograph Football Jersey break number 1. And you know what the deal is, so I'm just going to scroll down through here and let you take a look at it. And hopefully, I don't know why, I hope it's not still blurry for some of you. It's would be super weird for the spreadsheet to be blurry, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, that's for sure. Oh, Travis says that the name is on the bottom. Really, most of the time the name is not on the bottom of those mini helmets, but so I don't even flip them over anymore because they usually don't have the name on it, or maybe gold. Maybe I'm used to Hit Parade, and Hit Parade doesn't, and Gold Rush does. This Hit Parade puts, or TriStar rather, I mean, Hit Parade, they don't even send them in cases like that. They send them loose, like not in a little plastic display thing, and they have a sticker inside of their box. So we opened a lot of TriStar recently in those half case breaks, so maybe I'm thinking of TriStar that doesn't, and that Gold Rush does. I don't know. And we have a JSA authentication card. I'm knocking things over. Our jersey is a nice one tonight. Roger Staubach. Woohoo! That's a good way to start off the 2018 jerseys now, isn't it? There's the signature. You've got there's your JSA authentication sticker that matches the card that you saw. Cowboys, I think this is a custom jersey. And it looks like, yeah, it is, because there's no NFL logo or anything like that. So this is a custom jersey for the Dallas Cowboys, and it is Roger Staubach. And note, these guys don't put them in those plastic bags, just FYI, so, you know. So it won't come in that, but I will get it to you safe and sound. Once again, make sure you find that card before you toss out your packing, okay? So the Dallas Cowboys hit our football jersey tonight. This is going to bring us into Elite Football. I need to check something really quickly here, guys, before we open Elite Football, because you know what? I've got somebody that hasn't paid for a team, and if they still haven't paid for a team, then the underbidder is interested in getting it as a second chance offer. So while I am looking that up, I'm just going to leave that little bit of info there for you to see, so you can, you know, have something to read while you wait. And it looks like that team was not paid. So is our underbidder online right now for the Patriots by chance? Because that is the team that is in question. And I know that the person who is the second bidder is interested in that. So I'm going to... You're on there? All right, perfect. You know what I'm going to do? I am sending you this offer right now. It is coming your way. Oh, it's going to make me sign in, because why wouldn't it slow us down, right? I thought I was already signed into eBay. Hang on just a second. All right, now I think I've gotten myself signed in here, so let me get your second chance offer sent. And Rick, if you can just check your eBay messages, you should see that. And then if you can just accept that and get checked out and whatnot for it, then we will be in good shape there. In the meantime, I need to do a little something here with the original bidder, since they did not pay. Let me get that cleared up. And then we're going to be ready to rock and roll here. So just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I've decided I can't let too many of these things just ride anymore. You know, I used to just let them go when they were not paid, and I keep just getting burned on them all the time. So I'm trying not to do that so much anymore. All right, Rick, do you see that on your end? Are you in good shape there as far as seeing your second chance offer and getting all that squared away? Because I need to, what do I need to do? I need to put you on the spreadsheet before I switch to the other person's, I don't want to put the other person's bidder name up there, obviously. So give me just a moment, guys, to try to get that switched up, and then we'll be on our way. And I appreciate your patience. I know it's a drag to have to sit and wait on this part. I'm trying to get where I need to go. I'm trying. All right, there we go. That's what I needed to see. All right, and I've almost got us squared away, guys. Almost. Let me switch your view back to me so that I can now go into the other part of the spreadsheet and switch that out. Oh, did I just make a mess of that? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Let's just try this one more time. All right, then second chance. Okay, so I think I have our spreadsheet all set up and ready to go. And Rick says he got it and he's got it taken care of. So life is good and we are ready to rock on, friends. Okay, so of course you've already seen this a whole bunch by now. Projecting Monday, hoping to get it out sooner than Monday. And of course, everybody's going to pull cards in this, so it shouldn't be any need for worrying about consolation cards in this particular break. It's a lot of cards getting ready to come out of here. 12 boxes of 2018 Panini Elite Football. This is a full case break. This is break number 3. It is the last of the full cases that I have. So we do have that 1/2 case left, and we'll open it on, I think it's Tuesday night that's scheduled for. And that will wrap us up with Elite. Just in time, because we'll be getting ready to start on Gold Standard. Yeah, baby. That comes out next Wednesday, the 11th. And everybody knows, well, if you've done breaks with me very often, you know I love Gold Standard. So I'm super pumped about that coming out. And they put up some preview pictures of it on the 4th of July yesterday on the Panini blog. And it just looks as awesome as ever. It is so cool. I love Gold Standard. It just takes a minute to get all this out of here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, let me get rid of the box. And we are ready to go. Oh, Stacy, this is your second break here, and you did well the first time. Well, fantastic. I hope that we have as good a luck for you right now on the second break. It shouldn't be, Stacy, it shouldn't be all stickers in Gold Standard. Gosh, I hope not. I mean, for sure they use stickers in there, but they normally have on-card autographs in Gold Standard as well. If they do all stickers, I'm going to be not super thrilled with that. I mean, like so many of our products these days are full of stickers. And I guess it just kind of expedites things to a certain extent. But yet we still end up with redemption. So how does that work? I don't know. Nicholas, you said this is your first break of Elite. You know, we had an awesome Steelers break out of this. I think it was the second case we did. We pulled a Mason Rudolph autograph and a James Washington autograph and a bunch of numbered stuff. And yeah, so Steelers are well represented in here, Nicholas, but of course you never know what we're going to pull out of any given case, but they are well represented. Oh, Stacy, you're saying the preview pictures that Panini put up showed all stickers. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Sometimes they mock up those images and you're not, you know, you're seeing what somebody's done in Photoshop or something. However, this being so close to the release date, I would think those would be the actual images, but you never know. There are tons and tons and tons of numbered cards in here, guys. And a lot of them are very high numbered cards. So the stuff that is super high numbered, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on. Stuff that is lower numbered, we'll take a little closer look at. This one is numbered to 99 for the Browns with Josh Gordon. We'll find loads of them to 199, 299, 699. Another thing I'll point out, since we happen to have landed on it, you'll notice he is in a Bengals uniform. The card is marked for the Bills. That's because he was signed by the Bills or traded to, whichever the case may be, that he is signed by. Some may say traded to. But it's always going to go to the logo for the team and the team name on the card, not the uniform the player is wearing. Okay? So sometimes people might just be glancing up and they see a player go by in a Cincinnati uniform. Then when their cards come, they want to know, hey, how come I didn't get that card? Well, because it's really for the Bills. So there will be a few of those we'll find for different teams going along through tonight. So that's fair warning. Got our little sleeves out and we're ready to go. This is Marcus Mariota, Epic Materials. It is numbered to 99. And each one of our boxes, I think I forgot to say this, should deliver to us 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia. occasionally, one of those hits will get replaced by a Panini Rewards point card or something like that, but we hope not too often. There is the man, Saquon Barkley, in a rookie elitist. He's shown in his college uniform. Of course, it's going to go to his team that drafted him, which is the Giants in this case. These spellbound cards, this one is numbered to 99. The vast majority of them are numbered to 299. So if I flip it over, that will be because I think it is lowered number. I think it has a lower number than 299. When I don't flip it, like this one, you can assume that it will be numbered to 299, okay? So we flipped that one, but we're not going to flip all the rest of the ones that are to 299. That's to 699 for the most part. I'm not even going to stop on the 699s. You're going to see them flash by, and they're going to keep right on trucking. To 199 for the Browns. And the reason that I do that, like with these 699s and stuff, is because there are a vast number of them. And this break takes a while because of the vast amount of numbered inserts and things that we find. So we kind of keep on keeping on with most of this. Hi, Buffalo Jr. Buffalo Jr. wishes everyone good luck tonight. This will make someone happy because there's a nice little Royce Freeman Pen Pals. That is an on-card autograph hit, of course, for the Broncos. We should find one Pen Pals in pretty much every box, along with our one memorabilia, and then a second autograph of some sort, which is usually not Pen Pals. That is not going to be numbered. We may find some of those that are numbered. They'll have a different background color when they are. Bobby, I like Elite too. I agree with you. Bobby says that these are the best football cards out there right now. Well, the thing about Elite is this. Many of you probably know this already, but it's the first set every year that will show the rookies in their NFL uniforms. So all the other sets that come out prior to this, they'll have our rookies in it. And many of them will even have their signatures and maybe some other things, inserts and whatnot. But it will always show them in their collegiate uniform until we get to Elite. Elite is the first product every year, has been for a while, that will show them in their spiffy new NFL uniforms. So that's one of the reasons I always look forward to it. There's a little Odell Beckham Jr. That one is to 99. So that's kind of how it works. We'll find a bunch of these that say tidal waves. And if this part of the card is silver, which I know right now it looks gold because of the top reflecting on it, but when it's silver, it's not going to be numbered. When that part of the card is a different color, it will be numbered. Most of the time I will catch those and we'll flip them and look at the number. Occasionally I might miss one. Trading card designed to look like a playing card. How cool. I like that. Trying to think what else there is to know about this set. We haven't opened it in a few days, and so I have to get kind of back in the flow. This is a nice low number hit. Does that say 28? Why is it to 28? Oh, that's his uniform number. Okay, that one took me a minute. I told you, nights off, my brain goes into neutral. So that is Melvin Gordon for the Chargers, numbered to 28 to match his uniform number. Gina, we're just getting started. You haven't missed anything tonight. Captain Clutch insert. And looks like our second autograph is going to be for the Browns, and it is a turn of the century Antonio Callaway, numbered to 99. Bobby just cracked a box of this tonight for yourself, it sounds like. You bought a box for yourself. You got a Passing the Torch dual autograph of Fournette and Fred Taylor. Very nice, man. That's that's the way to go. If you're going to crack a box for yourself, it is. The Passing the Torch dual autos don't come out of these every day. So that was an excellent box you hit upon there, Bobby. Oh, you're looking for Baker Mayfield tonight? Well, we'll see if we can't work that out. I'll tell you what's coming. I think next Friday. It's late. It's really late this year, but it's Leaf. I think it's a Valiant draft. There's a lot of different Leaf products that relate to our rookies. They just normally have come out a little sooner, but I believe it's Valiant draft that comes out next Friday. And if it is like the other Valiant, or like the other Leaf stuff that we've opened, we had very good luck in most of our draft products pulling our high-level quarterbacks, including Baker Mayfield. So that might be a good spot where you can pick him up. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Leaf stuff is pretty much on-card autographs. I don't really think I've ever seen a sticker in a Leaf product in recent years anyway. It's usually on card. They come out of the box already in sleeves and top loaders. That's how they package them and send them in the hobby boxes. So the cards usually come out in really good shape. I mean, occasionally they've got some dents and dings on them before they go into the package that we open up and take them out of, but not very often. And they're typically low numbered, if they're numbered. Now, not every card will be numbered, but when they are, you know, you don't get stuff numbered to 300 or 500 or anything like that. You get stuff numbered to 49 and 29 and 15 and whatever. They usually do fairly low print runs of stuff. And anyway, I like their stuff. It's nice, and I believe it is next Friday. We'll have some more of it heading our way. And we should have some fun opening that. And that'll be a good chance for you to find Baker Mayfield if we don't find him for you tonight, that is, which we might. We're going to try. We're going to try really hard. Kyle, baseball bat and jersey did already go. The jersey was the Braves. The bat was the... Uh-oh. Who was the bat? The Mets. The Mets. So the Braves with the baseball jersey, the Mets with the bat. That is numbered to 99. And it was, yes, Bobby, thank you. It was a Tim Hudson jersey for the Braves, and it was a Todd Frazier bat for the Mets. That's also to 99. We got somebody else coming right behind it. Harold Landry, he's numbered to 25 for the Titans. And what are you asking me about the St. Louis Cardinals? Somebody said something about the St. Louis Cardinals, but I don't know what the question is. How about that, numbered to 5? If you like Cam Newton and the Panthers, even if you don't like them and you just have them in the break, you at least now have one numbered to 5. So, never going to argue with pulling a card to 5, isn't that right? Gina's asking if anybody has any tips for navigating the National, the floor at the National. That's numbered to 99, Roquan Smith and the Bears. I would definitely suggest that you take a rolling duffel bag or a rollerboard, a small rollerboard suitcase or something like that. If you're planning on buying a lot of stuff or you're hauling around memorabilia you want to have signed and that sort of thing. Devonta Freeman for the Falcons is our relic. It just all depends on, you know, what you feel like keeping up with, for one thing, because you're going to have to drag it around all day or however long you're there. So you don't want anything really super big and super heavy, but yet you need to have something that'll hold whatever it is you're taking to get signed and or whatever you buy. There's a rookie elitist, Luke Falk, and of course, Luke Falk is Titan. Here's a Steeler. It is numbered to 99. Marcus Allen. I keep calling him the forgotten Steeler because it seems like he's the one I always forget about anyway. That's numbered to 93. Marcus Davenport and the Saints. Hard hats, again, those are for the most part not numbered. If I see one go through that I believe is numbered, I will let you know. Our pen pal is a dual, but guess what? It's for 2 different teams. Sad days. That means we're going to have to use random.org to sort this out later. And it is Rashad Penny for the Seahawks and Sony Michel for the Patriots. So we'll use random and we'll figure out which team gets that at the end of the break. Probably have some other stuff to go to random by then as well. Stacy says, I don't like your home team. Your home team of which home team are you talking about? The Browns? Because the Nationals in Cleveland? Or you mean something different? That is numbered to 96 for the Saints, Traquan Smith. Because I don't have a problem with the Browns or the Bengals. I mean, yes, I'm a Steelers fan. We all know I'm a Steelers fan, but I like lots of other teams for various reasons. Usually because there are certain players I like and things like that. Von Miller to 299. Again, most of those with that sort of color scheme are going to be to 299. We find one go through with a different color scheme, then we will know to flip it over and find out if it's a lower number. Green Bay Packers, numbered to 149. And this is Marquez Valdez Scantling. Yeah, I think I sort of got that name right, maybe. Oh, Stacy, you're saying Carolina Panthers? I don't dislike the Carolina Panthers. I don't really. In fact, I like your running back from last year. Why am I blanking out on his name? I can see the kid's face, and I can't think of his name. They didn't have him really running in maybe the schemes that were best for him last year. I really think he'll probably do better this year than he did last year. Why am I blanking on his name? I even have an autographed jersey of him. My own, autographed jersey. Not that someone didn't pay for or a spot that didn't sell, like one I got myself. McCaffrey. Thank you, Christian McCaffrey. Daggone. I couldn't think of his... I blanked out. I couldn't think of his name. No, I like that kid. I do. And I don't dislike Cam Newton. I just think, he could be more consistent. Maybe that's a good way to say it. But then again, so could my Big Ben Roethlisberger be a little more consistent, just by the way. Let's not forget, Big Ben had a game last year where he threw 5 picks and played worse than my grandmother would have played. So, that consistency is something that could probably be said that just about everybody needs, honestly, unless you're Jimmy Garoppolo, who, he only played a few and you won them all. That is numbered to 75 for the Saints. But unless you're Jimmy G, I think everyone could play a little more consistently. But I'm just looking forward to the season. I like football, so I'm anxiously awaiting the start of the season when all of our rookies still have so much promise. James Washington, pen pals, on-card autograph for the Steelers. That just made somebody really happy, like Nicholas. I think so. And that's numbered to 99, Marcus Mariota and the Titans. Oh, I hear you about Big Ben. Hey, listen, I love the guy, He's QB for my team. But my point is, there's really not anybody in the league that you couldn't say they could be more consistent, with the exception of Garoppolo, I think. And that will come in time, as soon as he plays more games. So we just have too small of a sample size to be able to say that about him at this point in time. But I'm sure it will come. There is a rookie elitist, Sam Darnold, for the Jets. And hey, by the way, one of the full-size helmets, that's numbered to 99. I think the Hit Parade one that I have listed right now, the Series 29, you'll have to look at the pictures to make for sure, but I think that's the one, has Sam Darnold as an option to pull on a Jets helmet. So that's kind of cool about that, I thought. And of course, the Gold Rush, we opened one of the jerseys tonight, but the 2018 Gold Rush jerseys have a lot of our rookies in them, including, I believe, Lamar Jackson, who's been kind of elusive this year to pull his signature. So he's in the jerseys as well as a number of the other guys. And rumor has it that a lot of those guys are going to be in full-size Gold Rush helmets Series 2. Of course, we're in Series 2 of mini helmets. So I'm talking Series 2 of the full-size helmets. So we'll have to check that out as well. There is Le'Veon Bell, numbered to 24. Nice little die cut for the Steelers. Anytime we see these die cuts tonight, they should be numbered to 24. We'll find a handful of them. They're obviously not going to be in every box, but we should pull a handful per case anyway. I know that that was a redemption, and I left it facing the wrong way because I am mean. I'm giving you cruel and unusual punishment. And James Washington should be over there. I set him with the other one that has to go to random, and I don't really know why I did that, but I did. But now I fixed it. He's in the right spot. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is our relic. For sure. I want to know who that is too. I do. I'm not kidding. I really do. But I also kind of like the suspense. Kind of reminds you of like when you were, or me anyway, when you're a kid and it's Christmas night. Like before you don't know that there's not a Santa, you know, when you still think Santa is a thing. And Christmas night is always like so exciting. You just can't wait to find out what's going to be there when you get up the next day. That's how I feel about those redemptions. I always have such anticipation of wanting to know who's on it. And I really don't want to wait because I hate delayed gratification, yet I like leaving something to look forward to. So there you go. That's my rationale. But there it is. You can see it. We'll keep it right there where it's in view, but upside down. We'll flip it over together at the end of the break. Hopefully it's somebody awesome. Usually the redemptions are somebody pretty good. Because you figure, hey, if they don't have time to sign their cards, you know, maybe it's because they're busy and awesome. We'll see how it shakes out anyway. So I've been watching tennis all week. I haven't watched much else sporting-wise this week. I watched a little of the Reds game. That's to 199, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. But mainly I've been watching Wimbledon. I'm kind of a tennis nut. I love when it's tournament time for the majors. So that's been my drug of choice this week, has been tennis. So I'm a little behind on all the news for all the other sports. That was to 94, I believe it said. Except, of course, basketball. Because, like, I don't think you can be alive and functioning without hearing about LeBron James and all the free agent happenings that have been going on with the NBA. So I guess I have kept up with that a little bit. But not much else, other than I saw Julian Edelman's suspension was upheld. He had appealed his 4-game PED suspension, and it got upheld. That's about all I've seen. Auden Tate for the Bengals, die cut to 24. Justin Reed is numbered to 99 for the Texans. Man, I hope Deshaun Watson comes back as nice as he was when he went out with that injury. I hope he comes back as good as he was. Jaleel Scott for the Ravens. That's numbered to 149. Meanwhile, whoever has the Ravens just kind of groaned and said, ugh, why wasn't that Lamar Jackson? But you never know who's going to turn out to be the good rookie, right? Sometimes we think we know, and then we get into the season and find out, whoops, it's somebody else. So it could be Jaleel Scott. I don't know. That hard hats I thought would have been numbered. I guess it is not. I just looked at it wrong. So it is just an unnumbered hard hats insert like the rest of them. But it caught my eye anyway. I guess all that blue on there. I don't think we have any new... Oh, we do have one new baseball product coming out next week. I'm thinking ahead, obviously, to what's coming out next week. And I know we've already talked about Gold Rush. Gold Rush. Try that again. Gold Standard. Football, of course, coming out on Wednesday. One of the Leaf products is scheduled to come out Friday. I think Valiant. And then Archive Signature Active Player is the other baseball, I guess. Leonard Fournette. Nice little hit there for Jacksonville. That is numbered to 49. If I could hold it the right side up, it might be helpful to read the number. Now, mightn't it? I could maybe not make a big hot mess of it. So that's that right there, especially a nice little swatch with the two colors. You know, I'm very picky about that. I like having the two colors. Marquise Goodwin, that is numbered to 299. And the Broncos have our pen pal autograph here, and I believe that's our second pen pal for the Broncos, Cortland Sutton. That's who we've got on this one. So I think the Broncos are in the midst of having a nice little break for themselves. Face to face, here's what you need to know about these. First of all, that one is numbered to 99. Secondly, they're going to have two different teams on them, so they're going to sit over here as well in the little pile that is means something needs to happen with it. And any other pen pals that we pull, I will also toss right over there into that same into that same pile. And then at the end of the break, those cut, yes, I will use random.org and we'll figure out how they're going to be awarded. Basically, it's just, oh, I hit something over here. It's basically just left side of the card, right side of the card kind of deal. And then it'll be, you know, whichever side random chooses, it will just go to the team that's on that side of the card for the whole stack all the way down. I would like to have opened a little more Elite besides what we've opened. I mean, 3 cases and obviously the half left that we'll do on Tuesday, but I wouldn't have minded opening more, but it was surprisingly, they didn't just let us have as much as we wanted of this. Normally it's not a problem, but this year it kind of was. Jalen Samuels to 99 for the Steelers. That's a kid I'm excited about, Jalen Samuels. Here comes Anthony Miller, Chicago Bears, numbered to 49. This is a nice little hit for the Bears. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what happens with Jalen Samuels, but I suspect he's going to be good. Numbered to 299. course, there have been other times I've suspected somebody was going to be good, and ooh, I turn out to be very, very wrong. So you never know. Number to 24 die cut for the Rams. I'm not going to even attempt either one of his names, first or last, because that would just be insulting to the poor man, because I would butcher either one of those. Rick, you said you're hoping the same thing about Sony Michel. You know what? I think Sony Michel is going to be good. And, of course, I'm a little biased in the fact that I tend to watch the SEC, right? So I saw him play some college ball. I went to school at UK, so I'm an SEC gal. And any of the players that come out of our conference, I'm going to be a little more familiar with than players who did not come out of our conference. And I like Sony Michel. Frankly, I was kind of surprised that he didn't get taken sooner than he did. I mean, I know they don't usually go that high and blah, blah, blah. It's all supposed to be positional and etc. Matt Ryan as our relic for the Falcons. But, you know, they weren't, of course, supposed to take Barkley as high as they did either, according to the, you know, don't take the running backs in the first round kind of stuff, but I don't always agree with that. Obviously, this year, the Giants didn't either because they took him, but I think Sony Michel will be a good fit for the Patriots system, and I expect that he'll do pretty well. Of course, again, you never know till you get him on the field, but that would be, I would anticipate him doing well. That's numbered to 99. And that is that also to 99? Yeah, I guess it was. Sometimes the way the light hits them, I can't quite catch the number as it goes by the first time, occasionally. Bobby, you think Darius Geis is going to be the best one, huh? Well, I mean, that's definitely possible. Of course, I've seen Darius Geis play as well. And, yeah, I mean, he definitely might be. But I am a big fan of Barkley. I'm going to say that. I am. And I hope the kid is as good as he appears to be, because he really, really looks good. Well, Rick, I agree with you to a certain extent. I mean, Rick is saying that Todd Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott and Leonard Fournette are starting to, you know, kind of change the mentality of don't take the running backs early, don't take the running backs in the first round kind of stuff. And I don't entirely disagree with that, but there is still a stigma attached to it. I mean, think about how much the talking heads dissected whether or not, you know, some of these Barkley should go and etc. Mike Gesicki, Pen Pals, on-card autograph for the Dolphins. So I don't think it's still like a thing that would be what I would call commonplace, but I agree with you that they show that they can have some value in the early rounds, more so than maybe they're sometimes credited for. That is numbered to 75, J.J. Watt and the Texans. But of course, you know, everybody's draft philosophy is so different. You know, there are certain teams that will draft best available regardless of their need. There are some teams that will only draft based on their needs regardless of best available. I mean, there's no exact science. There's just as many good draft picks as there are bad draft picks, frankly. I mean, if you really go back and dissect them. Talking about first round, of course. That's numbered to 49, Chicago Bears, Jordan Howard. And for instance, just take the 2013 entire first round. You know, the entire first round of the 2013 draft, you could have just almost just shot down the toilet. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You just, I guess, whatever well, not I guess, it's definitely whatever philosophy the folks running the team have that dictate that. And some are more comfortable drafting running backs earlier than others. Bobby says if they don't improve their line, nobody's going to get yards in New York. Well, I mean, they picked up Nate Solder, though, from New England, which is a huge upgrade. A huge upgrade. And, yeah, I think they've made some steps to improve the line. I'm not going to be too... right now, I'm not too worried about the line with the Giants. I mean, we'll see. Rick says all the running backs have short careers. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends, obviously, on how hard they're worked and how much wear and tear happens to their body along the way, but shorter than receivers, for sure. Aaron, you said Nate Solder and Will Hernandez will help. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I told you, I like Nate coming over from New England. I mean, he did a great job there. And I think their line is going to be better than maybe they're getting early season credit for anyway. Rick says the last Patriots first-round running back was Lawrence Maroney. Oh, I didn't remember that. Yeah, I guess Bus could apply to Lawrence Maroney. I'm not going to argue with you on that point. Yeah, that could be the case. The Rams numbered 249. Bobby says, pointing out there that the 2010 draft also had not great first-round results. But you know what? There's so many good players that came out of the 2010 draft. I tend to kind of forgive that the first round wasn't perfect. Die cut to 24 for the Titans. So, and of course, you know, I'm always going to be happy with the year that my man Antonio Brown was drafted. Again, these are to 299 when they're silver. When that edge is a different color, you can anticipate that that will be numbered differently. So, for the most part, when we see them, if they're silver, we'll know they're to 299, and we will keep on trucking. If we find one that happens to be a little different color, we'll take a better look. To 299 for the Cardinals. Yes, Gronkowski out of 2010. Antonio Brown was in 2010. Tim Tebow, granted, I know not still in the league, blah, 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 all the arguments, all of this and that. I'm not saying I was a Tim Tebow fan because I really kind of did not think he would particularly do all that well. There is a Carson Wentz relic for the Eagles. However, his autographs still sell really well, quite well. And there's plenty of others out of 2010, too. I actually kind of like 2010 for what you get in the products. That's numbered to 99, Carson Wentz. I think you have a lot more potential out of 2010. There's a lot more potential players that, if you're buying to resell, for instance, where you can make money, than you would have out of 2013. Oh, yeah, Des Bryant. Good. Yeah, I forgot. Des is in there. And there's is that Demaryius Thomas? Is that his year, too? Somebody Broncos that might be Demaryius Thomas. I got to think about it. But there's at least a half dozen or so players out of 2010 that are solid hits. Oh, Rick says Aaron Hernandez. Oh, that's such a sad story. But yeah, I guess he was 2010 as well. But there's fun stuff to be had, and most years have something fun in them. But 13's a harder one. That's numbered to 99, Carson Wentz. Of course, you had Eddie Lacy out of there, and you've got Le'Veon Bell. I mean, there are things to pull out of 2013, of course. They just weren't first rounders. well, got one stuck together here. It is for the Eagles, and it is Nelson Aguilar, number 275. So the Eagles get a little non-rookie hit going for them there. Nice little change of pace. Oh my gosh, Broncos. Somebody, whoever has the Broncos tonight, as my grandmother would say, you must be living right, because you have another hit coming. Not only is it another hit, it's another on-card pen pal. It's Deshaun Hamilton. So pretty much the Broncos are going to end up, on track to get their entire rookie class in a minute. If they pull Bradley Chubb, then they'll be, ready to go, won't they? It's about everybody else. Broncos are crushing it at the moment. Frank Gore and the Dolphins to 299. Rookie elitist Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, of course, is a Brown. The running back. Bradley Chubb is a lineman, and a big one for the Broncos. I know, Bobby, they do just about have the whole draft class, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, Broncos are not missing much. If they come up with, Bradley Chubb, they're going to have just about the stack set there. Buffalo Jr., you hit something good out of Top Chrome 2014. I've got to get that Chrome break listed. I've got a bunch of 2013, 2014, and 2015 Topps Chrome. Well, I say a bunch. I mean, it's a reasonable amount. And actually, I think I have some 20... Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's 13, 14, and 15 Topps Chrome. I started to have some 12, but I don't think I do. And I keep intending to put it together and make a Topps Chrome mixer. Like just one from each year, something like that, or maybe two from each year, I don't know. And I keep not getting it done. And I've got to do that. So you saying that reminds me. I need to get that done. Kerryon Johnson to 199 for the Lions. My main problem, I have two issues with getting it done. One is that something weird happened with my camera, and it doesn't really want to upload my pictures to the computer properly. So that's problem number one. I've got to take the picture and then get it uploaded, a decent picture. And then secondly, I have to create the listing, and I hate creating new listings. Mike Gesicki and the Dolphins, and that's the second one. Second pen pal Gesicki that have come out of there. Come out of here. When I say out of there, like it's something we're not doing currently. No, out of here. Of what we are currently opening. You said Bradley is scarce. Yeah, I mean, I know he doesn't come out super often, but since whoever, did the randomizing of this case seems to be very Broncos friendly, I mean, why not? Why not throw him in there so we can just kind of do a clean sweep there for the Broncos? That's all I'm saying. They've already got it working. Let's just close it out. Buffalo Jr. and T. Cassidy are both after me to get that Chrome listed. And Bobby's like, enlist that Fantasy Sports. I know. I've got a lot of stuff to list. So much. A lot of basketball to list. I'm still sitting there with Leaf Greatest Hits football, Leaf Greatest Hits baseball. And they're way better than Best Of. I mean, Greatest Hits is an awesome product, and it's super expensive, by the way. So yeah, it's close to $600 for that box. It's got what, 4 or 5 cards in it. They're buybacks. I mean, it's a Leaf product, but the cards, there's usually one Leaf card of some sort in there, but then the main cards are buybacks. They can be Topps or Panini or Upper Deck or whatever. And they're usually very nice, and you pull some stuff that's worth a good amount of money most of the time. And I have not gotten any of that listed either, so I know I got a lot of that stuff to do. Alvin Kamara and the Saints. Elite coverage relic. Buffalo Jr., you said greatest hits is amazing. It is. I love it. Here's my problem. With the greatest hits baseball, it was supposed to be a full case, and they put my order in wrong with my distributor, and they only gave me one box. This is numbered to 99 for the Broncos. So instead of one case, they gave me one box. So I've been kind of trying to decide ever since, like, what am I going to do with it? I guess, I don't know if I want to list it as, that's to 73 for the Raiders. If I want to list it as a fixed price kind of break, or like I normally do, because it depends on how many people are familiar with it. And if not enough people are familiar with it, and you list it and it ends up selling for like $200 and I paid $600, I'm going to be pretty unhappy. So that's part of the issue. It's just the one box. I got to figure out how to do it. And then for the other, the greatest hits football, well, I just keep forgetting I have it. The Jets are happy. How about you, Jets? There's Sam Darnold. He is numbered to 49. I believe we pulled him out of the last case we opened too, I think. Because I remember somebody telling me he's scarce a little bit. Numbered to 24, there is a die-cut Mason Rudolph for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Very nice. Stacy, you hit a Jets graded rookie PSA 8 with a cracked case and greatest hits. Oh, man. That's really unusual. Normally, I wonder what happened to it, because normally that would not have you're talking about like if it's graded, you're talking about what it's encapsulated in, right? Was cracked. That's to 199 for the Bengals. I'm pretty sure that you can send that back to PSA, and they will encapsulate that again for you. They will probably charge you a fee to do it, but it might be worth it. I don't know. So I'm just kind of, saying. Yeah, Buffalo Jr., I have thought about, that's the way I would want to do it, okay? I would prefer to do fixed price random teams. But there is definitely, when you break on eBay, of course, there's an inherent risk anyway, in the fact that there are 80 million yahoos out there who literally do not read one word of the description. They don't even read the title. They don't even look at the condition, right? Because, I purposefully do not list the condition as new, because I don't want these people who think they're buying new items to think that they're buying a brand new sealed item. Not to mention the fact that I say it in the description about 8,000 times, and the title says box break. It doesn't say you're buying a brand new whatever. But anyway, you'd be amazed at how many people will just look at a picture and bid. Not read one word and just bid. Because, hey, they figure, why not? If it's something that doesn't turn out the way I want, I don't have to pay for it, or eBay will give me my money back or whatever. So my fear is listing on eBay as a random team fixed price kind of thing is that I'm just opening the door to more people who have no idea what is going on. That's what frightens me about it. So I would prefer to do it that way in greatest hits, for sure. But I have concerns about it, so I don't know. But maybe that's the way. We'll have to think about it. But I do need to get it listed and get it done, because it's been sitting there for way too long. I need to get it taken care of. Joey Bosa, he is numbered to 299 for the Chargers. Oh, Buffalo Jr., you feel my pain on that, huh? So you know about these guys who... Oh, and Bobby says, or they demand a refund. Oh, yeah, we have that happen all the time, too. There's... And you know what? That's one reason, honestly, that I have some of the negative feedback that I have. Because these people that try to extort me and they say, well, I won't leave you negative feedback if you refund me. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't do anything here. You're the one who bid based on just the picture and didn't read a word. That is numbered to 10 for the Packers, Jamon Moore. And secondly, you know what? They don't want an unpaid item strike or whatever, so they don't want to take any responsibility for their stuff. So then they start with the extortion, you know, I'll give you a negative if you don't, you know, close your unpaid item case and etc. And I always just basically say, you know, middle finger to you, I'll take the negative. And so I do. This is numbered to 149. It is Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. So, I mean, like, nobody wants to get negative feedback, but at the same time, if you let these people blackmail you into closing unpaid item cases or refunding them so that you don't get negative feedback or whatever the case might be, like, how does that help anything? In my opinion, that just encourages them to repeat the behavior, not to mention that it gets by a lot of people's blocks, right? Because many sellers, myself included, we all have those little automated settings that will block people that have had X number of unpaid item strikes and that sort of thing. This is numbered to 25, Antonio Callaway and the Browns. And if you do not... you know, if you withdraw the unpaid item thing so that they don't get their strike, then it just lets them pass through somebody else's filters and burn somebody else. That's how I look at it. Deshaun Watson and the Texans, relic. So in that sense, sometimes I kind of take the negative for the team, if you will. I don't know. But anyway... You had a guy leave you negative feedback because the post office damaged the package. Oh, I've had that happen. Oh, this is a good one. Somebody's package got lost in the mail. And you could see in the tracking that it was stuck in one city, that it was lost. And so they're messaging me, you know, what are they going to do? They don't have their package. And I'm like, well, you know, the tracking shows it's XYZ. And... I don't know anything more than that. This is also on a weekend or approaching a weekend. So like maybe a Friday or Saturday. Anyway, so I'm like, there's not much else I can tell right now, etc., etc. I mean, I'm very nice and very polite to the person, and they're really rude to me. And at one point, I mean, just really dressing me down. And I emailed the guy. I mean, I'm in the car at this point, and I'm like, look, bud. I didn't say, look, bud. I was nice about it, but I was like, hey, you know, I understand that you are frustrated, but it's the weekend, etc., etc. And by the way, I'm on the way to my grandmother's funeral, but I haven't stopped answering your questions. I have answered your questions. I'm trying to help you. I'm doing the best I can, all the while on my way to my grandmother's funeral, okay? And so ultimately... their package never turned up. It got destroyed. You know, they got one of those little messages from the post office. We're sorry, you know, your item got destroyed, whatever. So, okay, I give the person a full refund. Tell them, you know, hey, I'm sorry that happened. Doesn't happen very often. Here's your money back, etc. Don't you know that they left me a negative feedback? Not only did they leave me a negative feedback, this is the part that gets me. Their comment was that I was not very compassionate about the fact that their item was destroyed by the post office. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I am texting you on the way to my grandmother's funeral trying to help you, and I'm not compassionate about your situation. Okay. Pen pals, why not have 3 Mike Gesicki if you're the Dolphins? There's no need to stop at 2, because I'm going to give you a third one, and that one had blue ink. So, hey, how about that? A little change of pace for the Dolphins while you're stockpiling your Mike Gesickis. So, might as well just load them up. Back up the truck for the Dolphins. And in that sense, this case has not been randomized very well as far as the pen pals are going. And that was not the case in the others that we opened. So that's a little frustrating. I kind of like to share the wealth. I like to see more of a variety come out. Of course, if you have the Dolphins, you're happy, or the Broncos. Buffalo Jr. says people don't realize that once the package leaves your hands, it's out of your control. I mean, they do, though. You tell them. I mean, they mail stuff and they receive stuff. They know how it works, but somehow they just don't care. I mean, you know, like that person. I thought it was just very ironic that was their choice of comment, that I was not compassionate. I'm thinking, why are you not compassionate about the fact that I'm trying to help you while dealing with the fact that my grandmother just passed away? But I'm not, you know, being rude to you. I'm not being mean to you. I'm trying to help you. And then to say I'm not compassionate about their package being lost. It's like, come on. You got your money back. You got everything you wanted. But anyway, another story. Because right now, look who we have coming. Uh-oh, Nicholas. Boom, baby. Blue ink Mason Rudolph pen pals on card. Pittsburgh Steelers. And Nicholas is officially happy. He was already happy, I suspect. Now he's really happy. Because he is a Steelers fan like myself. And I know that he chases those Mason Rudolphs. So I know that was a good thing. For the Falcons to 299, Freeman. But I will say the one thing that has been good, at least for me in the last few months, a lot of other breakers are sharing information, and I'm sharing information with them. So there's, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so breakers that we kind of have, not entirely a chain going, but sort of a chain going. This is numbered to 82 for the Bengals. I mean, probably, I don't guess any of us are like saying every single person that burns us, but people that are especially egregious, you know, large sums of money or lots of items or filing cases when they don't hit, that sort of stuff. We've all been sharing that information by way of messages. And so we're all starting to just block the other people's problems before they become our problems. So that's helping. That is definitely helping some. If we can find a little easier way to routinely share that information, then we can weed out a lot of these people, or at least I, you know, will. Because chances are, if they have done something crazy somewhere, they're probably going to do something crazy somewhere else. So that's the way I look at it anyway. Auden Tate to 99. And then we have for the Saints, Michael Thomas. Little relic for the Saints. Bobby B says, Nicholas is jacking your last name. Did he hijack you, man? See, you all might be relatives. You need to do that ancestry DNA thing. Maybe you're long lost relatives. How about that? Joey Bosa to 299 for the Chargers. Aw, Stacy, you said you barely hit. Stacy says breakers are in love with, is it a he? I'm not sure if it's him or her. The way it's spelled, I'm going to go with, well, I don't know, maybe her? Anyway, we'll say breakers are in love with Stacy because Stacy barely hits and still leaves good feedback. And I'm saying I don't want Stacy to just barely hit. I want everybody to hit stuff. I mean, it goes in waves. Sometimes you hit more than other times. But Stacy, who's your team? We need to put some mojo working for you, right? We need to get some mojo working in the direction of Stacy's teams. This is numbered to 24 for the Bills, Kelvin Benjamin. Now I'm gonna, oh, the Panthers. Okay. Yes, you told me that a while ago and I forgot it. I am not on my toes tonight, am I? Ooh, redemption number 2. You know, I will say this, Stacy, you're not incorrect in that it is sometimes harder to pull a panther out. That's numbered to 99 because it doesn't seem like they're not on every checklist as often as some of the other teams are. Sometimes they are. Some products they are, but some products they aren't. Panthers are a little tougher this year anyway. Last year was better with McCaffrey. He came out fairly often. But of course, you know what, Stacy? Jump in. Do you bid in the 2011 stuff and go after Cam Newton? Because he comes out of, I'm not going to say super frequently out of 2011 prime signatures, but I think I've pulled him, what have we done? Like 70, probably close to 80 half case breaks. So that's close to 40 cases. And I would say I've pulled that Cam Newton rookie out maybe 3 times or so. So, I mean, not like super frequently, but he is in there. And it's usually a reasonably low buy-in cost-wise because of the product. You know, it's from 2011, so it doesn't have the same... There aren't as many people fighting for it as there are the brand new products, is my point that I'm trying to articulate and not doing a very good job of. And the stuff that we have pulled has usually been in pretty good shape. Somebody sent one off and it came back, I think he said a 9.5 if I remember correctly. So that might be something to consider, maybe. I don't know. Impact impressions for the Packers. Gilbert Brown to 99. And Gilbert is a big old boy, so I'm going to just go right ahead and assume that Gilbert is a lineman because he is healthy. He is not looking like a wide receiver or running back, so we're going to go right ahead and say lineman there for the Packers. Oh, Stacy, you says you don't even like the Panthers that much, but they sell well. Well, all right, I won't argue with you. Got to make the money somehow, right? This is numbered to 199 for the Broncos. Oh, Cam Newton is too arrogant for your taste, you said. You know, I've heard a lot of people say that along the way. That's numbered to 99, Matt Stafford and the Lions. And I don't know, maybe to some extent that's true, but to some extent that's probably true of most elite athletes. I think you have to have a certain level of confidence and, if you will, cockiness to get to where you are, because it's not easy to get yourself to one of 32 quarterbacks in the league that start for their team, you know? So I think I think you have to have a pretty healthy dose of self-confidence and whatnot to get yourself there. Bobby typed in that Cam is a beast, and Buffalo Jr. typed below him, Cam is a baby. I fixed it for you, Bobby. That's very funny. Oh, a little smackdown in chat. You gotta love that. Gotta love chat smackdown. It's a good thing you all are friends, or I think you're friends. That is Kansas City Chiefs Pat Mahomes relic. You guys have been going back and forth there amongst yourselves, so I believe that you know each other to some extent anyway. So it's always fun to do a little smackdown with your friends. And it sounds like one of the adult cats is down there trying to kill my little kitten. Of course, he's not a kitten much anymore. He's almost a year old. But anyway, I just heard all kinds of commotion, and now I hear growling. So I may go down and find nothing but, like, bones of the baby. I don't know what's happening. That is to 24. It is die cut Alex Collins for the Ravens. Brandon Cooks and the Patriots to 12. Now, why would that be 12? Because his uniform number is 14. The other one that was a weird number I thought was numbered to the uniform. But this is numbered to, yes, that is definitely a 14 and it is definitely numbered to 12. So strange. It's like somebody just sits around in an office and says, hee, let's mess with them and number this one to 31. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. For the Colts, blue ink, Hines, pen pal, on card, autograph. Stacy says, you send your graded stuff to Dr. Card. Oh, he preps them and forwards them to BGS. Well, that's nice. You haven't gotten anything below a 9.5? Well, that's excellent. That's numbered to 99. Big Ben and the Steelers. Frankly, there's a lot of cards that don't even come out of the pack at 9.5. In fact, the vast majority don't. That's numbered to 75 for the Packers. One of the reps for, I don't remember if it was Topps or Panini, but one of the reps for either Topps or Panini told my guy that owns the local card shop, been in business 20 years about, and they told him that the average grade of all their cards, if you took them, you know, out of the pack, the condition they came in out of the pack, that as a whole, on average, the grade would be about an 8. So for what that's worth, even Topps and Panini know that their cards are not coming out of their packs at 9 and 10s. So uh-oh, Nicholas says I missed something. You said color, and I just now saw it, Nicholas. So it sounds like there was something I should have flipped over and looked at a number out, and I did not. So I apologize, guys, if I missed one of those that went by. But here's the good news. All the cards ship. So everything that you're seeing here, base, inserts, numbered, unnumbered, the whole lot of it, I'm going to sort out and ship off to you. So if I did miss one that had a lower number, I mean, obviously I know we've had a bunch go through that I don't tell you the number because we kind of talked about that at the beginning, but if there was one I should have flipped and I didn't, I'm sorry, guys. Every once in a while one will slide by me in that regard. And Buffalo Jr. said he thinks those are numbered to their college numbers. The ones with the weird, like, you know, numbers that we were talking about a second ago. I guess that could be. Why would they do that? I have no idea, but it definitely could be. Hey, here's a Cam Newton to, 49. So that is progress, Stacy. It's not exactly what you're hoping for, but it is progress with Cam to 49. No, I knew you meant, Nicholas, the 12 of 12 was, oh, you meant, that's what you meant, the color. You thought that it was numbered that way because of the color. I got you now. Okay. But no, that's not, because that was blue, and there's some blue to 10, there's some blue to 12, there was some blue earlier to something else. I don't think it's because of the color. They're doing, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it is the college jersey numbers like Buffalo Jr. suggested. I'm not quite sure why they have some of those weird numbers in there. Another Mike Evans relic for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that makes a pair of those if I am remembering correctly. And I see you guys talking about sending stuff to Beckett. And the last that I knew, which granted has been about maybe 3 months ago, Beckett was still operating at, I mean, something crazy like almost a year behind in getting submissions graded and returned. PSA DNA was at the 30-day mark, 30 days behind, but Beckett was close to a year. So I see you're saying about sending things to Beckett. So have they gotten better in that regard? That is numbered to 99, Melvin Gordon and the Chargers. And maybe cleared some of that backlog. I don't know. I just know they were so absurdly behind that I would not ever send anything to Beckett. At least not until I know they're caught up. I mean, there may be a couple dollars cheaper, but I don't think that matters if you never get your stuff. So, just saying. Dante Pettis for the San Francisco 49ers. So, you're saying the Beckett is 10 day, you had a 3-week turnaround at Beckett. Did you pay for the faster service though? Or did you pay for like the base service that is normally supposed to take like 3 weeks or something like that? That's actually the one I was talking about. Kind of the slowest, least expensive, not the super, super slow one that is like the Collector Club one, but the other one. It's like 21 day or something. You only send autographed cards to Beckett, anything else to PSA. I actually kind of prefer PSA a little bit from, well, modern cards I don't care as much, Beckett or PSA. Older cards, I definitely think PSA does a better job with. And memorabilia, I would tend to probably go PSA. That's where I've sent it in the past. And actually sent one thing off to be graded and it came back fake. That kind of was not fun because it was a gift for somebody. That's to 72. It was an autographed basketball from a bunch of the UK players in the, I guess it was the 2012 season, the championship season. And yeah, I had bought it on eBay and given it to my dad, sent it off to have it graded and stickered up and everything, because of course it would have been the rookie ball for John Wall, because it was before his first official NBA season and all that jazz. And dang thing came back as a fake. Adam Thielen to 75 for the Vikings. So yeah, that was kind of a sad day in the neighborhood, and the seller wouldn't even refund my money. He said, I'll send you another ball. I'm like, okay, great. Well, send me. He goes, return that one. Oh, okay. Let me return the fake one so you can palm it off on somebody else. And then you're just going to send me another fake one. This is for the Eagles. It is Dallas Goedert, and that is a nice little hit, friends. It is numbered 225. Eagles with a nice one. So I really didn't see the point in having him send me another one, but he would not give me my money back. And I talked to my sister when I got it, and I said, oh gosh, I mean, it looks about the same to me. Are we going to pay to send it off again and probably have it rejected again and just end up in this endless loop? And she said, no, just give it to Dad and don't tell him the difference. So we did. I know, that was awful. Awful, awful. I should not have done that. But maybe we got lucky. Maybe the second one really wasn't a fake after the first one was. Who knows? But that was the last unauthenticated autographed item that I bought on eBay. I will tell you that. Because that was a rude awakening. Because needless to say, it wasn't cheap. Buffalo Jr., I broke your dry spell. I like to hear that. It's always good to be able to hit something when you've been on a bit of a bad run. Bobby says he needs one of the redemptions to be Baker Mayfield, and he needs the other one to be Mayfield and Chubb. Well, that greedy much, Bobby? Come on, man. I think you should take one and hope that somebody else gets one. That's, you know, share. Share your toys, Bobby. Oh, Stacy. Stacy says, wait, people have good runs. Aw, that makes me feel sad. Stacy, you need to switch up your team then. Switch up your luck. I used to do that in basketball. I buy a lot of different basketball teams because I don't have a great deal of loyalty to a particular NBA team. I like lots of individual players, so I will chase certain players, not specific teams. And sometimes I would be in one of those runs where I just could not hit anything. I mean, like not even hitting players I didn't want, just not hitting anything. And I would always switch it up with the Brooklyn Nets. I would buy the Nets somewhere in a break, and I don't even like the Nets. And there's not even players that, for the most part, that I even like on the Nets. But it seemed like the Nets always hit. Always. That is numbered to 10. Kerryon Johnson for the Lions. So I would switch it up and buy the Nets, and most of the time would hit with the Nets, crazily enough. And then once I got out of my little funk and I got a hit again, then I could usually switch back into teams I like and have a little better luck. It's probably just all in my head, although the Nets really do hit a lot. And I don't know, it's worth a try. So if you normally buy the Carolina Panthers, pick out a different team that hits a lot, buy them for a couple breaks till you get a few hits, get your mojo working again, and then switch back over to your Panthers. How about that? That would be one way to approach it anyway. Oh, you buy the Titans. Titans normally hit pretty well as a whole. Haven't really seen, what did we see? Marcus Mariota come out tonight primarily. But of course, you know, so many, uh-oh. Oh, hold the phone, kids. We already got a nice little Sam Darnold earlier. Now look what we have. A pretty little Josh Allen. Of course, we hit that 1 of 1 Josh Allen out of the very first break we did, too. So we've had good luck with Josh out of Elite. That is numbered to 99. You've watched a lot of Elite, Buffalo, and you said you're seeing lots of Denver and the Dolphins and the Steelers. Yeah, I definitely would say I haven't found it to be super Steelers heavy like some products were earlier this year. There's definitely good representation of the Steelers, but I haven't found it oddly weighted towards them. I definitely have seen a lot of Dolphins. I've seen a lot of Colts, and I've seen a lot of Broncos in particular that I remember, anyway, out of Elite. We all know that my memory is not always spot on, but that's kind of how I'm recalling it anyway. For the Green Bay Packers, we have Jamon Moore to 25. Oh, Stacy, yeah, Luke Falk is who you've been chasing there. He has, I wouldn't say I've seen him come out super often, but he's come out of products reasonably often, all things considered. And I don't think he's a bad one to grab and stash, nor is, what's his head? Why am I having such trouble with names tonight? Why can't I think of his name? The backup with the Giants. Why am I blanking on his name? Well, anyway, he's another one besides Luke Falk that I might stockpile a little bit. Kyle Lauletta. There we go. Took me a minute. Lauletta is the other one that I think might be worth a little stash. Cooper Kupp and the Rams. Ooh, that's a nice patch. What's that numbered to? 49. We had another one numbered to 49, and the patch wasn't nearly as nice as that swatch is. It's very nice. It's part of the logo, would appear. Yeah, Stacy. Oh, Stacy, I forgot about Wadley. Yeah, I was thinking Lauletta. I'd forgotten about Wadley, but yeah. Okay, so we have a little housekeeping stuff to do before we do anything else. Oh, somehow I've gotten my pile of sleeves mixed up. Daggone it. Where are my skinny ones? That's not one. Surely they're... Okay, well. Let me just get in. I don't know what I've done. Hold, please. Well, I get a different pack open. Now, let's try this one more time. And you might wonder why I'm putting this in a sleeve. It doesn't need to be protected, right? Because I like to write on it. And I used to write directly on the card, and some person lost their mind over it one night. So I started doing it in a sleeve so that nobody can, you know, be terribly upset. Rashad Penny. So that is going to be a Seahawk. Turn of the Century autograph purple. So it'll be nice numbered. We'll look that up on the checklist, find out what's going to be numbered to. And our second redemption, oh, look at that. Well, it would be Rashad Penny again. So one is purple and the other one is not. And you have 2 Rashad Pennies plus potentially a third one, depending on how the random goes for that. So if you have the Seahawks, you just went from rags to riches, so to speak. And we will go to the checklist and check both of these out, find out what they're going to be numbered to. We're going to do that first, and we've got all this other little housekeeping stuff to do. So here are the 2. I'm going to bring you with me, and we're going to roll right over here into the Panini checklist and check it out. But like, they just did not do a good job randomizing the hits in this case, in my opinion. This is the other cases that we opened, I think, were much more representative of what's going on. I must have selected the wrong brand, didn't I? Have it. Try it one more time. Now I've got it. All right, the first one is Turn of the Century, just regular. Then we'll look up the purple one after that. So Turn of the Century, come on, friend, right here. And he is card number 24. And it's going to be numbered to 149. So let's get that all nice and labeled up. And then our purple one, we have to go into the purple card set to see it. And there it comes. And card number 24 again, numbered to 49 on that one. Okay, so that takes care of both of our redemptions. Now we've still got some other housekeeping to do, don't we? Oh, Stacy, you'd already typed in purple to 49. Thank you. Appreciate that. I always look them up, though, put them on screen. I don't, you know, I'm just kind of a nerd that way. That way everybody just kind of sees and knows, and there can't be any... I mean, I guess there could be questions, but it would be unusual for there to be if everybody sees it as it happens. Pen Pal Duels. Rashad Penny, Sony Michel, Seahawks, Patriots. Here's what's going to happen. I always enter these things either top to bottom or left to right. So it's going to go in as Seahawks first, Patriots second. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 will not count. It will only be the third and final random that will make the determination about which of those 2 teams gets that card. And before we do that, we will cruise on over to the checklist just to make certain that we don't have the same team owner for both teams. I don't think we do because, of course, the Patriots went in second chance, as you may remember. And so I don't think we'll have the same team owner, but let's just make certain. And there's our Seahawks as V mark. All right, so that means we are, in fact, headed over to random.org. And we're going to use it to distribute that card. I made a typo, didn't I? Well, maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. I see when I'm underlined in red, so I think I probably did. All right, ignore the first one. You can ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. And there you will see 3 times our date and time stamp. And that also goes to the Seahawks. What are the odds? Wow. So the Seahawks, who had nothing a minute ago, End up with 2 redemptions and this card by way of random. So crazy. Seahawks kind of came charging in there at the end. Now we have these face-to-face. So I'm going to show you the cards that we have on the line here. I'm going to simply type in left and right, and it will be the same format. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 you can ignore. It will be the third and final random that will determine whether those cards go to the team that you see on the right or the team that you see on the left. Ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. Here comes the third and final. There you'll see 3 times. Our date and time stamp comes up as the right-hand side of the card. So once again, what did I just do with my marker? There it is. All right, so that'll be representative. Surely everyone knows I would not write on the card, but just, you know, you'd be surprised. So this one is going to head to the Lions, this to the Bengals, to the Giants, the Falcons, and the Broncos. So that's how our face-to-face cards have been awarded. Now we can move onward and upward with our recap. I think, guys, that I got all the stuff numbered really low out of there, except, oh, wait a minute. I might have stacked that one Cam Newton in the wrong spot. I did. There he is. I have all the numbered stuff in a stack, but I tried to pull out the lowest numbered stuff into a second stack to recap, which is this. And if I left one of the numbered ones in the big main stack, hey, don't worry, okay? You are still going to get it. It just means I didn't stack it over there to, you know, recap. It just means I stacked it in the wrong place, that's all. So numbered to 5 for the Panthers, the Cam Newton. Then we had the Lions numbered to 10. That is numbered to 49 also for the Panthers. The Patriots numbered to 12. This is numbered to 10 for the Packers. Numbered to 25 for the Browns. Numbered to 49, the Rams. The Bears checking in, numbered to 49. The Titans to 25. And finally, the Chargers to 28. So that's, again, the majority of our lower numbered stuff. And if I stacked one somewhere else, you know, you are going to get it. It just means I messed it up and stacked it in the wrong spot. Our die cuts, these are all numbered to 24. We have the Ravens, the Bills, the Steelers, Titans, Rams, Bengals, and Steelers again. I didn't even realize we had 2 Steelers in there, but we do. One of our pen pals trying to hang out there on the bottom. Our relics, Marcus Mariota. And then we have numbered to 49, the nice Cooper Kupp. Mike Evans and the Bucks. Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Michael Thomas for the Saints. Deshaun Watson, Texans. Alvin Kamara, Saints. Carson Wentz for the Eagles. Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Leonard Fournette and the Jags. Mike Evans again for the Bucks, and Devonta Freeman for the Falcons. Those are our relics. Oh, Rick, you said you lost the random on that card when it went the 3rd time. I'm so sorry. And you know what? You were nice enough to come in and pick up the second chance offer on that. I wish that we had a better pull for you, Rick. I'm sorry about that. I do appreciate you picking up the second chance on that team, and person who didn't pay for it, you know, I appreciate you coming in and raising your hand to take it. Rashad Penny, Seahawks to 149, turn of the century. Rashad Penny, Seahawks, turn of the century. Purple to 49. Pen Pals duel also, believe it or not, went to the Rashad Penny position for the Seahawks. Then we have Royce Freeman for the Broncos, a turn of the century, numbered to 25 for the Packers, and Jamon Moore. Nice Josh Allen, Pen Pals on card. Turn of the century, Dallas Goedert, numbered to 25 for the Eagles. Dante Pettis, Pen Pal. A Naheem Hines Blue Ink Pen Pal for the Colts. Impact Impressions Gilbert Brown and the Packers. A Blue Ink on-card Pen Pal Mason Rudolph Steelers. Blue Ink Pen Pal on-card Mike Gesicki Dolphins. Michael Gallup and the Dallas Cowboys to 149. Nice little Sam Darnold turn of the century to 49 for the Jets. Another Mike Gesicki Pen Pals on card. A Deshaun Hamilton Pen Pals on card for the Broncos. Back to the Future Nelson Aguilar to 75 for the Eagles. And here comes Mike Gesicki number 3 Pen Pals on card. Turn of the century for the Bears to 49 with Anthony Miller. Cortland Sutton Pen Pals on card for the Broncos. And then we have Jaleel Scott to 149 turn of the century for the Ravens. There's a little James Washington Pen Pal on card for the Steelers. Turn of the century to 149. I always have to look at this. Marquez Valdez Scantling. And then for the Browns, we have Antonio Callaway, turn of the century to 99. So that has us all wrapped up for this evening. So I will put up the spreadsheet information again very quickly right now, just in case someone has come to the end of the break, fast forwarded or something after, the recorded version's up there, or in case you just weren't tuned in earlier and you missed some of this. Here is your projected shipping for everything that we opened tonight. Of course, once again, the free breaks ship on a different schedule than the paid shipping breaks. The free shipping breaks I am anticipating to get out the door on or about Wednesday. Sometimes I do get them out quicker. Often it is if I'm at the end of a day and I don't have enough time to get another break out the door, but maybe I have a few more minutes before the post office is going to close and I can, ship a helmet or a bat or a jersey or something. The paid shipping break tonight, of course, was Elite. Projecting Monday, hoping for sooner than that. Trying really hard to get it out sooner than that. But for now, projecting it as Monday. And, of course, consolation cards don't apply to Elite. If you were in one of the earlier breaks, check that out. All that info right up there. And then once again, days ahead, tomorrow night, we are rolling through Encased Basketball and Inception Baseball. Yay to both. I love breaking them both, and I am happy that we're going to be breaking those tomorrow night. Saturday, all kinds of memorabilia, nothing but memorabilia, and it's all free shipping. Sunday, another set of entirely free shipping breaks. There's more memorabilia in there. There are also some box breaks. Some Timeless Treasures basketball from a couple of different years. 2013 Playbook, 2016 Black Gold, 2011 Prime Signatures half case. So lots of fun on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, we will do another autographed baseball bat. We will do a Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. We did Hit Parade tonight. We'll do Gold Rush on Monday night. I think there was another Hit Parade up there coming up maybe over this weekend too. We'll do another case of Inception and start a case of Museum Collection baseball. Tuesday, football jersey autographed. A Gold Rush full-size football helmet. Happens to be the last one of those that I have on hand. And then the last of the Elite on Tuesday night with the 6-box half case break, because that's all I have left is a half case, right? That came by itself. So that's what we're looking at in the 5 days ahead. Hopefully I will see you again, if not tomorrow night, sometime soon in one of those breaks. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. We're charging headlong into the weekend, so that's always a good thing. And hopefully we're going to have a good one. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.